Our Vanessa Richardson has the story in our Inside Look, presented by Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics.
Our Meet the Coaches series continues today with Cam Hodges. And Cam, for those that don't know, your background and your specialty is in player development, and you have spent significant time this summer developing Alperen Sengun in Turkey. What has that been like?
It was a long flight, but once we got there and we hit the ground running, it was just like, you know, every other day at the office. So it was a lot of good work while also learning a lot about Alpi and the culture where he comes from, meeting his family, people that have been around his life since he was a child. So it was very, I think it was a really beneficial trip for all of us.
What were some of the core elements of Alperen's game that you all have been working on?
You know, without getting into too much detail of the specific skill work, I would say it was a heavy emphasis on his approach, his discipline, you know, how he went about things, how he worked, working on his body, working on how he eats, all the professional kind of aspects of what it is to be a pro in this league and what it takes to thrive. And so mix that with the skill work that we did. I think that, you know, it was very successful, and hopefully Alpi reaps the benefits of that here shortly.
During those 2 trips to Turkey, where did you see Alperen improve the most?
Maturity. You know, I didn't get a lot of time to spend with Alpi during the season. And so just the short amount of time that we were together in Turkey, I really saw him take strides just day in and day out. You know, it was a heavy workload for the most part for those 6-7 weeks we were there. And he just seemed to get better. You know, everybody has their ups and downs, but he came out at the end of that. He was, you know, he was in a really good place. So,
can you give us a little bit of a glimpse into what the daily routine was for Alpi in Turkey?
Well, we get up, and Alpi would typically see his physiotherapist, do some stuff, you know, on his body and make sure everything's moving correctly and whatever he's got to do. Then we have breakfast, and then we would hit the court probably about 10 o'clock. We'd be there for about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. From there, he would hydrate. Then we'd go into strength conditioning. From there, we go to lunch. Then everybody go home, take a nap. We come back to the gym about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and then we do more skill work.
So these are really long days.
These are long days. The summer is where you really can kind of work on yourself. You know, it's really hard to during the year. You got a game every other day. So I think he really made the most of his summer. I was really happy with his effort.
So the day's finished with skill work.
Yeah.
Long day, but I'm sure Alpi will definitely, you know, reap, like you said, reap the rewards of it. And I know fans are really excited to see everything that he can do. What other players did you visit with and work with this summer?
You know, just early in the summer, I just stopped to see Jalen for a brief moment, just to check on him, give him some support. And then I was in and out of Houston working with all the young guys that were around. Shout out to Coach Moser and Will Dunn and Garrett. Those guys really did a great job.
What kind of commitment did you see from this young core as a whole to honing their craft?
We got some dogs. We got some hungry young dudes that are dedicated to chasing the best version of themselves every day. So it's really a pleasure to watch them grow and just kind of be there to help guide a little bit. But at the end of the day, these dudes are committed to put in the work. And so testament to them, we got a really exciting young group.
Like several other Rockets coaches, you began your NBA coaching journey under Greg Popovich. What was it like to learn from Pop?
Yeah, Pop is like a mythological figure. You know, he's the one thing, if I could describe Pop, is just class. You know, like I learned a great deal from just observing him, not just as a coach, but as a man, as a human being. So I learned a great deal from him and the organization in itself. You got RC, you got all these other great coaches, Chip England, Will Hardy, you know, all these guys. And then obviously Ime was there too. So that collective group is just like, it's like basketball boot camp on steroids.
I'm sure you learned a lot in Philly and your time in LA under Brett and then Ty. How did that prepare you for this opportunity?
You know, I think each place is its own journey in itself, and every organization is a little different. Every coach is different, and you just take from these people that you learn as a coach and as a human, you're a constant learner. So my stops there were really beneficial. I mean, everybody is so unique in their approach and how they do things. So I just kind of took different things and added it to my own kind of coaching philosophies and in my own self-development.
What drew you to accept Ime's offer, come to Houston, and build something from the ground up?
Well, anytime somebody gives you an opportunity to grow and develop and trust you, I mean, that's an honor in itself. So when Ime gave me an opportunity, obviously we've had a great relationship over the years, and I really look up to him. And so, it was a no-brainer for me. And just to be a part of what he's doing and what we're trying to do here with the Rockets, I mean, is a great honor.
What are you trying to do here? What is the culture that the staff is trying to build?
We're trying to create an environment where our talent can thrive, first and foremost. And then, with that, hopefully the result is winning. Mm-hmm. And so we have a culture, and that tone is set day in and day out by Ime, Fred, Dylan, mm-hmm. our vets, these guys. And so you mix them, you mix our young group, you mix some coaches around that are working hard, and all the people within the organization. I think you can do some things. And so, that's the goal.
All right, big year ahead for our coaching staff, for our players, and the entire Rockets organization. Cam Hodges, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.